Sponsored by Otco Home Appliances. Luxury lives here.
We're celebrating our nation's 250th birthday this year, and there's no better example of service than our country's veterans. Tonight, we're hearing from St. Louis native Dan Crow. He served the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department for decades, but before that, he served our country. Here's Steve Savard with this Spotlight on Service story.
I wanted to purify water because I knew it was a critical thing over in Vietnam, to supply water to the troops.
Dan spent his days making sure troops had clean water. He spent his nights on guard duty without permission to shoot until it was approved by a superior, which didn't happen often.
What you get most of the time is just duck and don't get hit. And that's the chances you took up in the guard towers. And that ain't on a young guy. Those long nights waiting for dawn to break, it was just terrible.
8 months into his tour in late 1969, Dan suffered a gruesome leg injury when a truck tire exploded nearby.
And it picked me up and threw me 10 to 15 feet away. That 15-pound safety rim, that big metal thing being pushed off by all that air. I remember looking down when it first happened, and my toes were back behind my heel, and my heel was right there at the front of my foot, so it twisted it up and busted it up pretty good. That was me on a Sunday morning. It had like a little temple that you could sit under. That's my favorite hat. I had to take water purification, I had the schooling in it, and I earned that hat.
Dan has endured a lifetime of leg pain, but didn't let it stop him from joining the St. Louis Police Department. He was inspired to serve again by his uncle, who was on the force. Dan's brother joined the department as well.
Do you think your service, your time in service and time in Vietnam made you a better police officer?
I do. I was a little more compassionate with the people I was serving.
Dan rose to the rank of sergeant and enjoyed serving in the K-9 unit in a decorated 34-year law enforcement career, all the while fighting through survivor's guilt and PTSD, often hearing the same advice from counselors.
You got to learn to cope with it. You got to learn to cope with it. Well, I've been 52 years coping with it, or trying to deal with it.
Dan gives his wife, Dorothy, much of the credit for his ability to manage post-war life.
She's helping me every day.
Still now?
Every day. Still. I wake up at night in pain. And between the pain from the Agent Orange that I'm suffering from and the memories, the yelling in my sleep or sitting up and seeing things that I thought I saw, waking up to, she's there for me.
Nice story, Mr. Crow. Thank you for your service. Dan and Dorothy have been married for nearly 60 years. They raised 2 daughters and have 5 grandkids.